Lady Sarkazym.
Yeah.
When did you come across this guy?
So yeah, through Just Words. I was always looking for as far as people that I watched, it always ended up being men that were men. That sound, I mean, this day and age, it sounds a little.
Hey,
don't be canceled.
But I was always looking for men, or I mean, it wasn't that I was looking for men that would spit a certain way. It would be men that. Only men that spit a certain way, and Miss Wise,
Right. I was thinking
or
about
whatever
that,
that spit in a way that represented where they were from, and that also reminded me of hip hop.
And so, what were your impressions of like Shyste? You know what I mean, artistically. Like, I mean, I know you said he represented,
Yeah, it was
but
dope.
like
just
like,
strong, like.
Yeah.
Just strong, like that's it. I was looking for like just these strong performances or whatever. Something again that's just it's protection all within his lyrics or whatever. That's what you know what I mean. It's big homie, so it's it's that.
Yeah, that's. I think that was the main. I think you hit it right on the nose. Like, you know what I mean. It was like always big homie vibes. Not even in terms of physical size and stature, but it's like, you know what I mean. Real recognize real.
Right. Yeah.
And my whole thing about spoken word, even coming into spoken word, I come into spoken word from hip hop. I come in spoken word, representing. I always felt, showing up at the poetry spots. Always felt like people talk about the dude from the block, but the dude from the block never had a chance to get on that platform. So my whole coming into spoken word was to represent for the dude on the block, because everybody talked about the dude from around the way in a one-dimensional manner. So my thing was, I'm coming. Well, there's layers to this dude. All the things you saying, yeah, you know what I mean. He rough around the edges, you know what I mean. He hustles this and the other, but there's another side to that guy,
right?
You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like I'm articulating for the dude that can't necessarily articulate for himself. Because the funniest thing, when I first started getting back into spoken word in the early 2000s, you know what I mean. I slid in, shout out to Warm Wednesdays in Baltimore. It was like for the after party. It was for the after party. I was sliding in as one of the dudes. You know what I mean? There's a lot of women there. You're looking for an alternative for the club. So we kind of slid to the poetry spots because afterwards, you know what I'm saying, it'd be an after party and people would mingle on socials. I came for the social thing.
Yeah.
But then me and my dudes would come through, and then I would hear, people talking about the artist. So I started representing for those artists. So fast forward to meeting somebody like Shyste. When I started getting on the road, I was looking for those spots that were like the Baltimore spots. They would tell us like, certain spots like, in Philly, shout out to Lamar Hill and Talon Macy, they told me about Just Words. And, they told me, smack dab in the hood, is real folk hosting it. Your brand of what you do will go over well there. And, get there. Get on the list. See the big dude squinting with the list. You know what I'm saying? Introduce myself. That's the big dude squinting.
He was something else. That guy.
Yeah, that guy. You know what I mean? King Shyste. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short and short story longer, you know what I mean? I always detected that, kindred spirit, like we representing the multi-dimensional dude from the block.